a homeless man discovered a strange rock in the desert. He wiped away the dust on its surface, and the smooth texture felt remarkably like gold. In a hurry, he glanced at his newly acquainted companion, Will, in the distance. After a moment of hesitation, he decided to share his discovery with him. Will then took out a lighter to test the material. After being subjected to the flame, the rock showed no change, and the two realized it was indeed gold. They immediately grabbed shovels and began digging eagerly. Although the gold seemed to grow larger as they dug, after 5 hours, they still hadn't reached the bottom. Will tried using brute force to see if he could break it off, but despite their combined efforts, the gold remained unmoved. They then found a rope, hoping to use a car to pull the gold out, but the rope couldn't withstand the strain. Determined to extract the gold completely, Will decided to go to town to find an excavator. If all went well, he would return in 2 days. The next day, he left Nick with as much food as possible and drove off to find the excavator. To prevent others from discovering the gold, Nick reburied it and set up a small tent, quietly waiting for Will's return. However, 2 days quickly passed, and there was still no sign of Will. With food supplies dwindling, Nick suddenly felt a sense of crisis. Using all his strength, he managed to break off a large chunk of gold. Coincidentally, a truck appeared on the road at that moment. At this point, all Nick had to do was stop the truck to survive, but he chose not to. He wanted more gold. So, he hid behind the tent, afraid the truck would spot him. Not long after the truck left, a sandstorm struck. Nick's tent was no match for the strong winds. Amid the swirling yellow sand, Nick finally collapsed. Meanwhile, Will was observing all of this from not far away.